strategies are not bringing in the desired results, then they sure suck. But don't you worry, you're not the only one in that sinking boat. Every product that you see around you is there because there exists a marketing team that has worked relentlessly to make it noticeable in the first place. But what exactly is marketing? Is it just the selling of products? Is it only advertisements? Or is it an amalgamation of everything that create the perfect symphony for something to be sold? To answer all these questions and to remove the misconceptions about marketing, we have created this special episode just for you. Our guest for today is our digital marketing expert, Ms. Neha Malik, and she's here to alleviate all your doubts. Hi Neha, it's very good to have you here.
Hi Monica, glad to be here.
So could you please explain what exactly is marketing?
I think the difference between Dolly Chaiwala and the tea vendor right outside your office.
Would you care to elaborate a little bit more?
Oh yes, he's a legend. The influence that he has created on social media sets him apart. Enough that even Bill Gates come to him. But is it just about social media? No. I think it's about creating a differentiation strategy. His personality, his antics, and the way that he's pushing the content on Instagram is making him Insta famous. And I think that's what marketing is. It's about creating a buzz. It's like a path for an idea to become a norm.
The way that you are talking about marketing makes it sound very dreamy and something that could be rare to achieve. How do you make an idea become a norm if we were to see it in the practical sense?
I think it's not impossible to achieve. We can achieve it by following certain strategies. And typically, marketing consists of 4 Ps.
Okay, so I've heard about the 4 Ps, but I just know about them superficially. If you'll just explain it to me.
Yes, I'll explain. The 4 Ps are product, price, place, and promotion. So first we have got the product. This is what you are selling. Then we have the price, which is pretty much straightforward. What you're charging for your product.
Right.
And then comes the place. It's like where you are selling your product. At last we have promotion. It's like how you are creating influence or buzz around your product.
Right. So it also is about how you're spreading the word about your product, right?
Yes, right.
Okay. So once you have delineated the 4 Ps and done your research about the 4 Ps, what comes right after that?
Okay, so once you have got the 4 Ps sorted, I think it's time to get creative. Just figure out and do all the experimentation about how you will launch your product, how people will remind about your product, and how your marketing will stand out.
Okay. So time changes everything. 20 years ago, marketing was all about, selling and promoting your products door to door. How is it any different now that we are living in a digital age where everything is internet based? How do you think that marketing is different now?
I think the door-to-door sales that you're talking about is a thing of the past. Right now, online marketing, or what we call as digital marketing, is the talk of the town. With digital marketing, the scope is unlimited.
Oh yes, I remember this time when I was young and we used to have these door-to-door salespeople, selling clothes, saris, suits and all of these things. But with time, I see that all of these products that were once sold door-to-door can now be, sold online.
Exactly, what marketing cannot do right now. So every person who sees your advertisement is a potential buyer. And these recent trends are heavily influenced with marketing automation. Tools like HubSpot, MailChimp, or Salesforce, these are very effective tools to manage your campaigns. It is fast, effective, and they save time a lot.
Right. So what do you think are some of the good marketing practices that major brands should be wary of?
One thing that I can say is transparency. Like in the case of Bonvita, consumers nowadays are very much aware, and you must be knowing that a recent Instagram page of Food Farmer has highlighted this fact that Bonvita drinks is not a health drink. It has a lot of sugar content in it.
Oh, absolutely. And I also remember how the center instructed e-commerce platforms to remove Bonvita from the list of health drinks.
Yes, I think nowadays consumers are aware. And if any brand uses any strategy which is misleading to the customers, it can backfire them only.
Absolutely. I totally agree. I mean, living in a digital age when everybody gets to know about any information like in a click of a thumb, then I don't believe that there should be any avenue for brands to, hide anything behind the garb of being healthy.
Yes, even in the case of Lay's also, right now they will use sunflower oil instead of palm oil in India.
True, and that's a revolution. I totally agree. Okay, so bouncing back to the topic for the day, digital marketing, another buzzword in the market is search engine optimization, or as we commonly call it, SEO. I've heard a lot of people, go around saying that SEO is very irrelevant today. Do you think that it's the truth?
Okay, picture it like this. When people have any queries, they Google it, right? And if your website is SEO optimized, it is more likely to rank on the top. And that's how powerful SEO is. And when it is integrated with marketing automation, it can bring a lot of organic traffic, organic leads, and it's like having a long-term success for your business.
All right. But I still do not understand how automation, especially when we talk about marketing automation, how does it figure into all of this?
Marketing automation takes the manual work out of it. It saves your time. And with the coming up of multiple tools in today's era like SEMrush, Ahrefs, and there are n number of tools that we use for marketing automation. It's really helpful in that case. It helps to create the strategies, effective strategy you can say.
As a digital marketing expert, would you suggest specific tools that will help in this automation process?
Yes, on the top of my head, I can suggest MailChimp, which is a versatile email marketing software. And it has many other features also, like you can create templates to be sent as personalized emails. You can create different landing pages. You can create funnels to run automatic campaigns, and you can track their success also. You can check the open rates and check the other statistics as well. Other than that, there are other tools like Salesforce, Zoho, HubSpot, etc.
So what is exactly the functionality of Salesforce?
So Salesforce is a really good platform to automate sales and marketing processes like lead capturing, lead scoring, and you can collect the data of all the contacts and the opportunities, like the prospective leads. And then there's SEMrush, which is used for SEO mainly, in which you can track all your keywords ranking for a particular domain. You can check your competitors ranking. Then there's keyword gap analysis in that.
Right.
Along with that, it has now come up with different functionalities also, like you can review the data for PPC as well in that.
Oh, wow. So with the existence of all these automation tools and automation of any kind, but especially marketing, since we're talking about it, do you think that it will threaten the jobs of potential marketing, human marketeers? Does it have the power to do that?
I won't lie, it sure does. But if you're doing the same thing what machines or AI is doing, then it's definitely going to lose your jobs. But at the same time, it is going to, create new jobs also. Just look at self-checkouts, for example. It is surely going to, lose the traditional jobs, but it is opening the jobs for many other.
Right. So yeah, we need coders to actually,
Yes.
create those, and technicians to repair those, maintenance people to maintain how they're working, their functionalities. I get your drift actually. It's going to take away the jobs which are the basic ones, but it's also going to create the jobs where you need to upskill yourself.
Yes, and it pushes you to be better.
Absolutely, I totally agree. So coming back to some questions that I've been dying to ask you since the beginning of this episode, what are some of your favorite marketing campaigns? I'm sure there is not going to be just one.
Yes, there are many, and it's an interesting question.
Okay.
Burger King once came up with this tagline, "Why eat with the clown when you can eat with the king?"
Oh yes, I remember that.
So you can see the open rivalry between McDonald's and Burger King, in
Absolutely.
which Burger King is trying to depict themselves in a better way by saying that just forget the clown and see the royalty in our burgers.
Yeah. So yes, that also reminds me some of the open rivalries that happened. Even McDonald's Burger King was a very global thing that happened. It
Right.
happened in the US. I'm not sure where in India I've seen it, but I've seen a lot of memes about it. Hey, do you remember the Surfexcel campaign, the Daag Achhe Hain?
Oh yes, I do remember that.
love
They
those.
always have a social message in their ad campaigns.
Yeah, they do. And talking about campaigns. I also like the Starbucks and Tim Hortons and how they are just catering to a specific audience target group, right?
Yes, that's their marketing strategy. They only cater to a specific group of people.
Yeah.
Starbucks always maintain their high reputation, and they
Yeah.
only cater to only
people who will be willing to pay, right?
Yes, right.
And Tim Hortons, on the other hand, is for everybody. It's marketed as the affordable coffee. So
Yes.
yeah. So these are the campaigns, and then I also remember this. Just thinking about this, the Puma Leap.
Oh
You know
yes,
the Puma
I do
movement?
remember that Puma move.
So could you throw a little bit of light on the Puma move?
Oh yes, I love how they incorporated technology into their campaign. They used generative AI, and people doing the Puma Leap, and they get a discount on Puma products based on the similarity percentage. It was simply fantastic.
It is. The entire concept was fantastic. I mean, I would have loved to do that, but I'm not that athletic. So these are some of the positive campaigns that we just mentioned, discussed, and one of the most notable things that happened in this year was the entire Poonam Pandey fiasco. Do you remember that?
Yes, of course. Who can forget that? To raise awareness about the cervical cancer, she faked her own death, and she received a lot of backlash.
As she should. I mean, it was to bad taste. I think the people who actually consider her as a figure that they can look up to, it was very bad towards them. It was insensitive to people who have lost their lives and lost their loved ones' lives. So yes, I agree. That was not a good marketing strategy. It may have worked. It may have put her on the news, but not something I would like to see from anyone.
Yes, I totally agree.
With regards to marketing, and since you're a digital marketing expert, what is one advice that you would like to give to all our viewers today?
The one advice that I would want to give to the users is you should be adaptable enough, because the market around us is ever changing. It is not at a stable place. So you should change your strategies more often. You should try new things. It's all a game of trial and errors. You can take the example of Nokia. Due to lack of innovation, it failed. It was a king one time.
It was. I can still recollect instances where I have quoted Nokia and how indestructible they were once upon a time, and to see that they have completely been obliterated by the market, sometimes it feels sad. But again, like you said, if you cannot innovate in this market, you are nowhere to exist. Totally. And that brings us to the end of the show today. It was a fun-filled episode, but yet it was very informative. Thank you very much for agreeing to be here with us. And that brings us to the end of the night. We'll be back again on DigiMantra Unplugged with more amusing episodes about myriad topics related to tech. Till then, have a very good rest of your day.